Hey, this is GamerSpawn, and we're here with 3 developers for Fable 3. Well, please introduce yourselves.
I'm Ted, and I'm a scripter at Lionhead Studios.
I'm Ben, I'm also a scripter at Lionhead.
And I'm John, I'm a senior artist at Lionhead.
Okay, well, Fable 3. Well, it's being released as we speak around the world. How does it feel for you to finally finish this game?
Amazing, I think.
Going back tonight for the launch.
So I'm quickly jumping on a train, going back to the launch, and then coming back to Paris in the morning. So I want to be there for the big London event. So if anyone,
It's been a lot of hard work, and I think it's going to be. I think it's the best Fable yet. So we're all really, really chuffed with how it's turned out.
I think to echo John's words, it's definitely the best Fable, and the team's all immensely proud of what we've created, and it's great to finally see people playing it. And the demos that we've been doing today, we've got such great feedback from, and it's great seeing everyone smiling and laughing, and then going out to buy copies hopefully. So very excited.
Well, Fable 3. I don't know if you all worked since Fable 1 as Lionhead, but how does it feel for you to? Well, it's a long-standing series. It's there was a point where they said that Fable 3 would be the last in the series. Peter denied that, but well, how does it feel for you this entire trip till Fable 3?
It's great to come to events like this where you really get to see how the rest of the world feels about Fable. Fable's always been, throughout the franchise, it's always been a very popular title around the world. And to come here and have people chanting and celebrating, and Peter was mobbed earlier today, seeing all that kind of stuff, it's really refreshing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Ted used the word franchise, and that's what it's become. I mean, Fable started off as a small little idea, and it's grown. It's a great brand. It's a great franchise with loads and loads and millions of fans all over the world. And that's just something. I mean, it's mind blowing to work on something, and you go into work and think, oh, I'm just going to do something cool with some chickens. And then actually, that's something that millions of people love and are interested in. And it's a privilege for us to be able to do that.
Okay, in Fable 3, you moved away from things like table menus and XP bars in favor for the Sanctuary and the Road to Rule. Why was this done?
Well, I can answer the Road to Rule one because that was something that I worked on. And that was really we got some statistics from Microsoft about how people play Fable, and we found out that around half of the people that played Fable 2 didn't use 50% of the features. So the premise behind the design of Road to Rule was to try and put our features in a place where they're visible, and then to get people to unlock them, to purchase them, and then to take them back into their game world. And then, they'll know about they'll be aware of their abilities and the functionality behind things like marriage, house buying, leveling up your weapons, and it tied in really well with the GUI design. Obviously the Sanctuary is a fully 3D interactive menu system, and the Road to Rule tied in that really nice in the sense that we got rid of lists and really convoluted menus, and everything's just laid out. It's simple yet really, really effective, and it's something else we've got really good feedback on.
It's a good visual clue this time round to show how far through the game you are. Before it was kind of difficult to tell if you were halfway through the story, if you were just at the start. And now in the Road to Rule, you start right at the beginning of it and you can see the castle in the distance. And as you progress through the game, you get closer and closer and closer, more gates open, more chests open. It's a really nice visual way of showing things. And it's the same thing with the Sanctuary, like Ted said. Rather than having long verbose lists of words, it's much easier to just see the weapon on the wall and go and grab it. See the spell you want and grab it. You see all your outfits, you can immediately chuck the outfit on and see what it looks like. It's much more immediate, and it's just a simpler way of doing things.
Yeah, and I think as well as being better design and more simple, it's also more fun. I mean, I don't know if anyone ever has fun with a list, but when you pause the game in Fable 3 and you jump into this little world that's yours, and you've got John Cleese as your butler, Jasper, in there. He's really funny. He's got thousands of lines commenting on what you've just done or things you're about to do. You see all your weapons and your clothes, you mix and match them. It's actually just great fun to use, as well as being more simple.
Well, and Fable 3 is being released right now. Obviously, the would have been some ideas, some features that didn't make it to the game. Are there any features you still would like to see in Fable?
I mean, there's always things that are going to be cut that you absolutely love and you really, really, really want them in the game. But time constraints, you know, the amount of people we have on the team, there's a lot of things working against you at the same time. So, you know, there are things that get cut, but that is all part of making a game. And there are things that we've cut because they weren't good enough. And there's things that we add as well.
Learn from what you cut as well. You can take parts of things that were cut and move it into other things. And sometimes things are cut for a reason, and sometimes it feels bad at the time, but it was done for the right reasons. That it might not have been good enough for the final game. So there's plenty of things that we probably can move over to whatever we do next. And there's some things we'll obviously learn from things that people don't like. But I think as Fable has iterated into the third one, I think we're getting much more right than we are getting wrong in the earlier ones, perhaps.
We talked with Peter just now about the Fable 3 DLC. Any features we will see in the DLC?
We have the Day 1 DLC, which is available now. If you already have a copy of the game, you can get an extra 3 quests. There's lots of clothing. There's a few potions and items that you can get. We don't actually have any announcements about future DLC at this time, but you know, Fable is a franchise that we want to support as a studio. It's something that Microsoft Game Studios wants us to support. So basically, stay tuned to Peter and Lionhead.com, and hopefully there'll be some announcements shortly.
For now, it's just good. It's just good to have finished it and finally see it on the shelves. For now, taking a well-earned rest, I think people.
Now the game is finished, and well, you're working on DLC probably, even though you won't admit it. Are there any future plans for a new game? Anything that new? Well,
that's a much trickier question, really. I mean,
if we even said it.
Everywhere. I mean, are you a setup? Yeah, you know. But no, I mean, you know, we're a very creative company, and even when you're making a game, you're always thinking about the future, and there's always great things being shown and done. So, you know, just keep an eye out. I mean, we've always tried to deliver innovative, fresh games whenever we do launch a video game. You know, so just keep an eye out, and I'm sure we'll come up with something that hopefully looks really special and makes everyone go, wow, that's amazing. I want to work on that or play it.
Black and White 3?
I don't think so. Unfortunately, I don't think so, because EA owned the rights, so it's probably unlikely, but we all love the Black and White games. We all worked on them, so.
I want a theme hospital too. Yeah, that's what I want. Theme hospital. That's the game for me.
Could happen, you never know.
I would like a new Populous, but it wasn't my line.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that want a new Populous, and a new Dungeon Keeper, and a new Syndicate.
There's lots of potential and, well, lots of games to make.
Yeah, never enough time to do them in.
Or make a brand new game rather than trading back. There's always something new and exciting to make.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Well, I mean, Fable 3 is out tomorrow, Friday, October 29th in France and the rest of Europe, and PC versions early next year, and we hope you love the game and see you online, I guess. You know, look out for my orb. I won't take my gamer tag on here, but yeah, see you guys online.
Yeah, just the same, I think, as people have said. We're really proud to have been able to work on a game like Fable 3, and I just hope everyone that buys it has a great experience with it. You know, they have a cool time becoming king, and they have a really thoughtful, interesting time once they become king, get their own exciting world, share that with their friends, show that to other people, because this is what I did in Fable. I think if people do that, then that's brilliant. I'd absolutely love it.
It's always about you. It's always about you, the player, and it's about your experience.
Special edition strategy guide, because it comes with the art book, and the art book is awesome.
All his lovely work, and as well as the rest of the art team. Very good.
Okay, well, thank you very much.